Huh? So, Ron actually believed that? He really bought it that the Vizbane is an elf.
I'm not surprised. After all, he even believed that Artasis was Ladin's student.
Ron just wanted a friend.
Athena, do you recognize the mirror that Ladin was in?
I do, but it wasn't valuable or anything. Just an old relic gathering dust in the library. If Ladin has been hiding in there all along, then I fear he's been lurking in Amorphis for a very long time indeed.
I don't think he's been lurking. I'd say he was trapped in that mirror. I think the only reason he stayed in it was that he had yet to come across someone as pure as Ron. Without a body, he's got no choice but to take advantage of the kindness of others. Even with intelligence, Vizbanes still use underhanded methods.
At first, I thought Ron had just made a deal with Ladin to pass his exams. But it seems he really did count Ladin as a friend.
Abman, you're not looking too good. Are you okay?
There aren't any more fragments. We'll never find Ron now.
What happened?
When the Seed of Dreams shattered, the fragments were continuously shed from Ron's consciousness. But there must be none left now.
This way.
I'll lead, but keep your eyes peeled for any enemy movement.
Is that Ron?
Stay away, you monsters! Help!
Quick, he's in danger! It's over for you, villains!
Go! Solar Blaze, incinerate my foes! Never gonna penetrate my shield!
The sound of my string will wash away all filth. Listen to this tune. Your final movement ends!
Kneel before the sacred flame. This is Divine Flame. Solar Blaze, incinerate my foes! You're never gonna
Now is not the time to wait. We must act. The sound of my string will wash away all filth. I'll put the stars to rest.
Pay your respects. Solar Blaze, incinerate my foes!
The enemy is here! On your guard!
Lightning! Answer to my will! Don't worry.
The sound of my string will wash away all filth.
Pay your respects.
I'll put this vase to rest.
Solar blaze, incinerate my foes! Slash! Flames! Burn away this filth!
Now is not the time to wait.
Slash!
We must act. It's my job to bring you victory.
Now that Shady's taken care of the Guardians, we can search the area in peace.
Are they all right?
Oh, of course! Shady's a kind and gentle elf. He'd never hurt a fly. They're just sleeping.
Fine. Ladin, I just realized I never asked you before. How did you wind up trapped in that mirror anyway?
Oh, well, I guess I never told you.
If you used to be Artis's teacher, that'd make you well over 100 years old, but you still look so young. Are you an ancient or Morphe's elf like Shady?
Come on, Ladin, think of a good lie. Okay, I'll tell you my story while you search.
All right.
A long, long time ago. So long ago that even he cannot remember how long it has been. A boy woke up and found himself in a garden full of golden apples.
Woke up? How did the boy fall asleep in the first place?
What you should be asking is, how was the boy born in the first place? Even the boy himself didn't know the answer to that question, and there were lots of people like this boy who didn't know where they came from. It was as though everyone was living in a dream that they couldn't remember the start of. What set this boy apart from the rest was that he retained his curiosity. Everyone else had been dreaming for so long that they'd lost the ability to think. He looked at the apples hanging all over the garden, wondering who had planted these trees. He looked at the rows of fences around him, wondering who had trapped him there. One day, he looked up at the profoundly blue sky, and there, within the clouds, he discovered a whole other world. A wide open world, a world where people laughed and cried, a world where they experienced joy and sorrow. For the very first time, he realized that he had other options than just thinking about those two unanswerable questions. What a pleasure it was to just sit there and watch the scenes of life unfold on the other side. Soon enough, however, the boy discovered something else. Over there, people's lives were ordinary and repetitive. Their world was clearly so much larger. So why did it seem like nothing more than a narrow cage? The boy grew tired. He realized that they were concerned with only one question, even one less than he. They were afraid of anything new, moving around each other in small and pitiful circles. Half the time, they would close their eyes and just lie there doing nothing.
You're talking about sleeping, right? Now that you mention it, I've actually never seen you sleeping.
So boring, he muttered to himself. So terribly boring. And so, the boy unfurled his wings.
You had wings?
Don't interrupt. So the boy unfurled his wings and let out a terrifying roar. He soared into the air, flying through the heavy clouds and rushing towards the great vortex. Although he felt his skin burn and his bones being crushed, he was determined to get to the other side. This was how the stuffy world welcomed a ray of light. The boy traveled around, telling ordinary people what the true meaning of life was.
Oh.
He gained a group of loyal believers, leaving scriptures that were handed down from generation to generation. He transformed the world and set it on the right path. People sought to become a better version of themselves. They broke free of their chains, and interesting and wonderful stories happened everywhere and all the time. It was also on this journey that the boy met a girl who thought the same way as him. The girl had long, beautiful silver hair that was tied into a lovely ponytail. Like the boy, she had no need to close her eyes half the time. Her eyes were big and bright, and like the boy's, they sparkled with curiosity about the future. The like-minded companions traveled together and never had a reason to quarrel. And indeed, they experienced one happy thing after another, sharing their laughter along the way. The girl said to the boy, "You are the most interesting being I've ever met. I want you to always be by my side, now and forever." The boy readily agreed. He had no regrets at all about not going back to that golden garden, and he forgot about the scars and marks that were left on his body by his arduous crossing. As long as the girl needed him, he was happy to stay with her. However, the girl's words were nothing but lies. She took advantage of the boy's unquestioning attitude and dripped a golden magic liquid into his eyes. The boy, who had not closed his eyes since he woke up in the garden, fell unconscious and only came to several years later. He had been trapped inside a mirror, and the girl was nowhere to be seen. In the meantime, the disappearance of the boy who brought the truth caused the world to relapse to its former state. The people were led astray once more.
Why did the girl do that? Why did she betray you?
No idea. The boy wandered with the mirror for 100 years and never saw the girl again. He could not understand why she had lied to him and trapped him in the mirror. But because he never got an answer, he could not bring himself to hate her.
Oh, Aladdin. So that's why you want to get out. So you can find this girl and ask her why she betrayed you?
That's right.
That does it. I swear to find a way to get you out of this mirror.
Who would have thought a children's story would prove so useful?
The puppet show has begun.
Yeah.
I love kids like you who know how to behave. Completely worthless.
Stand clear! Found you!
Yeah.
You have long lost your way. One more point
Huh? Surrender your body and your...
And now for the critical moment!
Huh? The end was doomed long ago, as expected.
Quick, Ron! Insert the components!
Okay, I'll try.
Did you put them in right?
I think so.
Have you checked their place in the right way?
They are. Everything's lined up properly. So why?
Nothing's happening!
Just give me a sec here, Aladdin. Everything matches up, so the problem isn't how I inserted them. Bronze mirror, silver coin, tulip bloom. The blind poet's treasure scattered around the room. Maybe it's that last part we're missing. But the history of the Great Alliance didn't mention anything about any gemstone.
I knew it was too good to be true. That dumb poem was just nonsense. I'm gonna be trapped in this cursed mirror for all eternity.
Actually, I think I have an idea of who the blind poet was. When the Alliance was formed, they invited the famous troubadour Homer to attend, who was blind. As he was climbing the steps up to the stage, he fell, and everyone in the audience burst out laughing. But Homer was unfazed. He stood up, dusted himself off, and broke out into the most beautiful poem anyone had ever heard. The audience was awestruck.
Oh, really? And where is this Homer guy now?
He's been dead for over 1,000 years.
It's fine, Ron. You can just leave me. I know you did your best. It's not too terrible being trapped in here after all. I can close my eyes and count the stars. I can open my eyes and also count the stars. Counting stars is so fun and interesting. I love counting stars.
Aladdin.
Counting stars. Counting stars.
Wait, the Society of Muses library has the biggest collection of copies of antique books in all of Amorphes. Maybe there's something in there about where the blind poet's treasure is.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go tonight!
Not an option. The Society of Muses library is a restricted area. I've only been in there once with Oneroy. And the Knights of Convallaria have the entire city under lockdown at the moment. We'll definitely raise suspicion if we just go wandering over there. You said you didn't want anyone finding out who you are, right?
He's right. That would interfere with my plans. Right. So all we need to do is make them lift the lockdown while keeping ourselves unnoticed.
But how are we going to do that?
Mintha, Luke, look after our guests. I love kids like you who know how to behave.
Look at it fly!
Complete.
Here comes my hammer! Such ugliness should never exist. Found you! Stay! Stay! Stand clear!
Surrender your body and your...
And now for the critical moment!
Victory was assured from the start, of course.
I've made a lot of memories with Ron these past few days, although they've all just been me fooling him. Poor Ron. Running away in such a hurry. He must be heartbroken. Is he going to burst into tears again the next time we meet? Oh, what am I talking about? This is the Source Layer. There's no way a human will be able to get out of here alive. I wonder who'll end up eating him first. Shady or Snowy? Aha! That's it! Well, that was easy. And boring, actually. Hello? Anybody here? If not, then I'll just be taking this. Guess there's no one. In that case, it looks like the new owner of the Sapphire Core is His Royal Highness, the witty and charming Ladin! Huh? What is this? Ah! It's not fair! How could they have such an unfair rule? Oops, wrong step. I guess that light is a kind of power that only targets Fizzbanes. Like a drug that's designed to target a specific virus. I was targeted. Gaia doesn't want Fizzbanes touching the Sapphire Core, and this is its defense mechanism. It's fine. Even though you're cheating, I still know a way I can win. It's the same as having one of those fingerprint scanners. I just need to bring you the right hand, and you'll open.
Ladin, what are you doing? Can you hear me?
Huh? It's you! I can hear you, I can hear you!
You cretin. You've been absent without leave all this time. Oh, what did I do to land a partner like you? I hope Master Turing punishes you good.
Don't be mad. I had a bit of an accident.
What do you mean, accident?
Just consider that I fell down a hole and have only just managed to get myself back out again.
What nonsense are you spouting now?
Okay, stop shouting at me. I've got some good news. I, Ladin, am currently standing just outside the Hall of the Heart.
What? Are you sure?
Of course. What did you think I was doing all this time?
So, the plan?
Is going swimmingly. You're not going to pull the plug, are you?
Of course not. I'm not an unreliable jerk like you.
Very good. As long as you do your part, I'll do mine and get the Sapphire Core. And when the time comes, you can take all the credit when you report to Master Turing.
That goes without saying. I've been sitting here ready for ages while you decided to go off and play hooky. You're lucky I haven't reported you.
Yeah. Okay, break time is over. Game on.
Knight Koros, are you telling me Commander Athena has left you in charge of dispatches?
Correct, Mr. Enlil. If there's something about security at the ceremony you would like to discuss, I am happy to listen.
This is a list of all the artists and works present at the ceremony, along with their exhibition times and locations. Senator Catalin instructed me to give this to Commander Athena.
Ah, yes. I was told that there's usually a discrepancy between the people who say they're coming to the ceremony and those who actually turn up. We will dispatch guards based on this new exhibition arrangement.
Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Do you know where Commander Athena has gone? I would like to confirm the arrangement with her face-to-face, if possible.
I'm afraid she didn't tell me, and it's not my place to ask.
I see.
But she did say she'd be back before the opening ceremony. So maybe something's happened. Perhaps you could go to the Stellaris Temple. That's the direction she headed off in.
What could be more important than the ceremony? What's more, the Stellaris Temple isn't open to the public during the ceremony, so why would she go there? Miss Mintha, Miss Luke, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be with Lady Hades?
Good day, Mr. Enlil. As instructed by Lady Hades, we have just come from the Stellaris Temple.
We were sent to find Lady Hera, Miss Oneroy, and the Aether Gazer honored guests.
But we couldn't find them anywhere. Would you happen to have seen them, sir?
No. Wait. The Stellaris Temple? Why would they go to the Stellaris Temple when the ceremony is about to start?
Should we tell Mr. Enlil, Mintha?
Mintha thinks Mr. Enlil has the right to know.
So that's why Miss Athena went to the temple. Has either of you seen Miss Athena?
A battle has definitely taken place there, and marks appear to be left by Miss Athena's weapon.
But we haven't seen Miss Athena herself.
Many artworks have been damaged. Luke didn't have time to count them all.
We don't have time for that, Luke. Lady Hades told us to return as quickly as possible.
Ah, you're right. If you excuse us, Mr. Enlil.
A battle in the Stellaris Temple, and it just so happens to take place now. Something's wrong. I must inform Father. Oh, I'm sorry. There are so many of them. They're only just arriving now? I was so distracted, I didn't even notice someone walking right in front of me. Wait a second. When he walked over, there was no change in the wind. I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I'm Senator Catalan's assistant. May I ask, is your troop taking part in today's performance? Please, wait. I need to... Wait, you're...
Sticking your nose into other people's affairs isn't very mannerly, Mr. Enlil.
What? Who...
Mintha, Luke, look after our guests.
Yeah.
I love kids like you who know how to behave. Completely worthless.
Huh?
Yeah.
I shall cleanse you of your sins.
Yeah.
Such ugliness should never exist.
You're not fit.
And now for the critical moment. Lightning crack!
Yeah.
Welcome the first rays of the morn with me.
Just as well. I was in a bad mood anyway.
Reverberating daylight dawns!
Shoddy little puppet.
Go take a rest.
Go and take
I'll
some
hold them
rest.
off.
I will handle the situation here and guide us
Won't
to
be
victory.
next time. The puppet show has begun. I love kids like you who know how to behave.
Such ugliness should never exist.
Shoddy little puppet.
And now for the lightning crack!
Dance, my mates.
I shall cleanse you of your sins.
Come.
Welcome the first rays of the morn with me. Reverberating daylight dawns!
Completely worthless.
This is where faith gets.
And now for the critical moment. Eat a load of this! Ha! Yeah! Yeah!
The end was doomed long ago, as expected.
Hades, people will notice your lack of decorum if you don't clap at the end of a performance.
Then they'll also notice how perfunctory your applause is.
The choice of instruments is very conventional. The melody goes nowhere, and the turning point and finale are highly derivative of Master Shervok's Symphony No. 9.
Master Shervok? Oh, that's right. He was the maestro often mentioned by Odysseus.
Typical academic compositions, so outmoded they verge on parody.
You don't pull your punches, I see.
Such mediocre effort, devoid of artistry, simply panders to the masses. And yet, such work has already been named frontrunner by the Society of Music. The prosperity of Amorphes has been built around a fine balance of artistic freedom and regulatory rigidity, but I fear such balance is being slowly eroded. In the dark times, we still produced geniuses like Master Shervok, but today's generation can't hold a candle to the likes of him. It's as though humanity requires adversity in order to advance.
So you say, yet you still oppose the reform. If you are happy with the quality on display at the next ceremony, I expect an apology for your no.
I fail to see what purpose this new irresponsible system would serve, except to make people even lazier. If someone is without talent, isn't it better for them to realize this earlier so they can focus their efforts elsewhere instead of languishing on a dream that will never come true?
Talents are the conduits of artistic expression, but its inspiration stems from here. We've blocked the way for some latecomers, and Amorphes is stagnating as a result.
Don't forget what brought the dark times years ago. All those mediocre artists who believed that the inspiration would favor them.
That is true, but we can learn from that valuable experience and not repeat the mistakes of the past.
I have witnessed too many grand dreams founder, too many best-laid plans fail, and too many systems that style themselves as perfect succumb to the scrutiny of time and degenerate into mere tools for profit seekers. Amorphes may be relatively conservative at the moment, but I don't consider that a bad thing. Too radical a shift could throw us toward the other extreme, one that could shake the arts to their very foundations.
Nothing is perfect. The more you wish to change the status quo, the more you'll have to accept radical methods and unknown consequences. People these days are obsessed with certificates and scores. We both have seen the results of such obsessions. We have to do something to give others a chance, one way or another.
Sounds like you really are quite confident in them.
I've always been more optimistic than you, but I'm not the one with confidence. They are. You should pay a visit to the Society of Muses one day, Oceanus. Those with the most creativity these days are the ones you would claim are on the wrong path.
If that's true, then why don't you teach some students yourself so that we may admire their talents?
What? So they could see that they'd never surpass me and give up in frustration one by one? are we really going to repeat what happened before?
You either need to learn your lesson or teach something else.
You know perfectly well it's simply a talent gap. As for other things, it shouldn't be mine to teach.
All I know is that you are not cut out for teaching.
Well, Enlil achieving what he has doesn't necessarily mean you're a good teacher either.
This ceremony takes place once every 5 years. Yet where is Athena? And not only her, where is Hera? Where are the Aether Gazer guests? These youngsters you've supposedly been teaching have clearly learned nothing of manners.
The young have their own concerns. Didn't Enlil go with them? Such a pity.
Enlil is helping me with something. Having said that, he also should have been back by now. Whatever's happened to draw all these people away, I'm sure it's nothing good. Aren't you worried about their safety?
Yes, I am. Wait, Neroy isn't here either.
And you have no idea where they could be?
We'll find out when Mintha and Luke return.
Hades, it would appear that a lot of people still remember your puppetry skills.
Oh? Do you mean the troupe on stage now? I've heard of them. Sounds interesting. I believe they're outsiders invited especially for the ceremony.
I heard this troupe is famous because half of them are alive and the other half are puppets. But once they start performing, no one can tell which is which.
I think the one on the right might be a puppet.
Oh, yeah, that one.
The guy in the mask must be the puppet master. Do you think he needs to fine-tune the puppets in real time, since there are so many of them?
I didn't think there would be anyone this skilled with puppets since Lady Hades. I mean, these puppets aren't as exquisite as her works, but this is on a much bigger scale.
The senators are just over there. Keep your voice down.
Now this is interesting, I must say.
Ron's in danger.
How did he get caught by so many Visbanes? Quick, before it's too late.
Wait, they're not hurting him. They've just surrounded him.
Are they using Ron as bait?
Even if this is one of Ladin's traps, we can't just leave Ron there. Engage!
It's you guys. Miss Athena, it's really you.
I'll accept any punishment you give me. I shouldn't have trusted Ladin. I stole the artwork. I hurt the guards. I went against your orders. Ladin has been lying to me since the beginning.
Don't cry, Ron.
Oh, Aaroy, it's my fault. There's nothing I can do now.
I've also made mistakes that were hard to undo. But now that you know you're in the wrong, what good is crying about it going to do?
Miss Athena.
Your case shall be judged by the Astral Council. Until then, you need to calm yourself and help us defend Omorphes against Ladin.
Remember when you would practice your painting so much you'd forget to eat and sleep? That's the Ron we need right now. Not this crybaby version. If you wish to become a decent artist, you need to know how to conduct yourself with grace. If you can't even do that, then you're not ready for fame and recognition.
Ron, we're all here to help you.
It is strange, though. This was clearly a trap, but Ladin's nowhere to be seen. Not even an ambush or anything.
He abandoned me as soon as he escaped from the mirror. I was chased here by monsters. My plan was to hide here until the monsters left and then go find Miss Athena. But more and more of them just kept on coming. I thought I was doomed.
Admin, don't you feel that? I think the stage is moving.
Rookie, I detect a powerful Bane energy signal approaching.
Is this Ladin's ambush?
Obviously not a welcoming party.
Careful, incoming!
Where did these Fizbanes come from? Did we not spot them before?
There weren't any like these just now. These are all dressed up, almost pretentious. Is this some kind of practical joke?
The landscape has changed too. Isn't that the Stellaris Academy Square?
It's over for you, villains! enemy is here! On your guard!
I'll cover you!
Solar Blaze, incinerate my foes!
I'll put this fast to rest! The sound of my string will wash away all filth.
Kneel before the sacred flame. You don't deserve to get
Lightning! Answer to my will! I'll cover you!
I refuse to see the dark times return.
Slash!
Your final movement ends!
flames! Burn away this filth.
It's my job to bring you victory.